Hello and welcome to my channel, where I share with you the most amazing and fascinating facts about our planet and its wonders. Today, I'm going to take you on a journey to the 10 most dangerous islands in the world, where you will encounter deadly snakes, sharks, crocodiles, radiation, and ghosts. These islands are not for the faint of heart, and you may want to think twice before booking a trip to any of them. Let's get started with number 10 on the list, Ramree Island, Myanmar. Ramree Island, Myanmar. Ramree Island in Myanmar is home to the largest population of saltwater crocodiles, the largest reptiles in the world. The deadliest crocodile attack in recorded history happened on Ramree Island towards the end of World War II. Hundreds of Japanese soldiers who survived the battle met their doom when they chose to escape through the marshes that surrounded the island, where they were unfortunately killed in the crocodile-infested waters. According to the Guinness Book of Records, this was the greatest disaster suffered by humans from animals. Ramree Islands is not the typical vacation spot you're used to seeing, it is an absolute nightmare. Reunion Island, Indian Ocean. Located in the Indian Ocean east of Madagascar, the flora of Reunion has a great diversity of natural environments. This island is home to many bird species and rich marine biodiversity. However, the island is dangerous for one reason: deadly sharks populate its shores. It is home to a variety of shark species such as whale sharks, blue sharks, bull sharks, tiger sharks, coral sharks, and many more. Shark attacks on Reunion Island have led to the killing of 9 tourists between 2010 and 2017. For this reason, swimming and surfing are prohibited around the island. Farallon Islands, USA. Farallon Islands are a group of islands off the coast of San Francisco, United States. The Farallon Islands are home to the largest seabird colony and a variety of other wildlife including seal species, whales, and dozens of great sharks. It has one of the greatest concentrations of great white sharks in the world, earning itself the name Devil's Teeth Islands. But long ago, seabirds and sharks weren't the only inhabitants. Humans used to live on the Farallon Islands. According to the U.S. Geological Survey, about 48,000 drums of low-level radioactive waste were dumped in the sea around the islands between 1946 and 1970. The Farallon became completely off-limits to the public and only accessible to a few conservation scientists. The exact current location of the waste containers and the potential hazard to the environment remains unclear. Miyakejima Island, Japan. Miyakejima is a volcanic island in the Philippine Sea, southeast of Tokyo, Japan. Its natural habitats are constantly under threat from volcanic emissions. The highest elevation on the island, Mount Oyama, is an active volcano that has erupted multiple times throughout history. The most recent volcanic eruptions lasted for 4 years, leading to a constant flow of toxic sulfur vapors on the island. Alarms go off across the island whenever there's a dangerous increase in the levels of poisonous sulfuric gas in the air. If you're visiting this island, you will be required to carry a gas mask at all times. Because of the unpredictability of air quality becoming toxic, Miyakejima, the gas mask island, is a dangerous place to visit. North Sentinel Island, India. North Sentinel Island is a small island in the Bay of Bengal, part of the Andaman and Nicobar Islands, which belong to India. It is inhabited by the Sentinelese, an indigenous tribe that has lived in isolation for thousands of years. The Sentinelese are one of the last uncontacted peoples in the world, and they fiercely resist any attempts to contact or visit them. They attack anyone who approaches their island with arrows, spears, and rocks, and have killed several outsiders, including fishermen, explorers, and missionaries. The Indian government has declared the island off limits and respects the tribe's wish to be left alone. North Sentinel Island is a place where you are not welcome and where you may not survive. Gruinard Island, Scotland. Gruinard Island is a small island in the Scottish Highlands in the Atlantic Ocean. It is also known as Anthrax Island, because it was used as a biological warfare testing site by the British government during World War II. In 1942, the island was contaminated with anthrax spores, a deadly bacteria that can cause severe infections and death. The experiment killed all the sheep that were placed on the island and rendered the island uninhabitable for decades. The island was quarantined and access was forbidden. In 1986, the island was decontaminated and declared safe in 1990. However, some people still doubt the effectiveness of the cleanup and fear that the island may still pose a health risk. Gruinard Island is a place where you may encounter a hidden and lethal enemy. Saba Island, Caribbean. Saba Island is a small island in the Caribbean Sea, part of the Netherlands Antilles. It is known for its rugged terrain, lush vegetation, and rich biodiversity. It is also known for its airport, which has one of the shortest runways in the world, only 400 meters long. The runway is surrounded by cliffs and water, and landing or taking off from it is extremely challenging and dangerous. Only a few experienced pilots are allowed to fly to and from the island, and the flights are often cancelled due to bad weather or strong winds. The airport has been called the world's scariest airport, and many travelers avoid it at all costs. Saba Island is a place where you may have a hard time arriving or leaving. Bikini Atoll, Marshall Islands. Bikini Atoll is a group of islands in the Pacific Ocean, part of the Marshall Islands. It is famous for being the site of 23 nuclear tests conducted by the United States between 1946 and 1958 as part of the Cold War. The tests resulted in massive explosions, radiation, and environmental damage, and forced the evacuation of the native inhabitants. The tests also created the bikini swimsuit, which was named after the atoll, and inspired by the explosive impact of the tests. The atoll is now a UNESCO World Heritage Site and a popular destination for scuba divers, who can explore the sunken ships and planes that were used as targets for the tests. However, the atoll is still contaminated with radiation and poses a health risk for visitors and residents. Bikini Atoll is a place where you can witness the devastating effects of nuclear weapons, but also their danger. Poveglia Island, Northern Italy. Poveglia Island is a small island in the Venetian Lagoon in northern Italy. It is considered to be one of the most haunted places in the world due to its dark and gruesome history. The island was used as a quarantine station for people suffering from the plague or the Black Death in the 14th and 17th centuries. Thousands of people died on the island, and their bodies were burned or buried in mass graves. The island was also used as a mental asylum where patients were tortured and experimented on by a sadistic doctor, who later killed himself by jumping from the bell tower. The island is now abandoned, and access is forbidden. According to legends, the island is haunted by the ghosts of the plague victims, the insane, and the doctor, and anyone who visits the island will experience nightmares, visions, and voices. Poveglia Island is a place where you can feel the presence of evil and where you may not come back. Ilha de Queimada Island, Brazil. Ilha de Queimada Island, or Snake Island, is a small island off the coast of Brazil in the Atlantic Ocean. It is the most dangerous island in the world because it is home to the largest concentration of venomous snakes in the world, estimated to be between 2,000 and 4,000. The snakes are mostly golden lancehead vipers, which are endemic to the island, and have a venom that can melt human flesh and kill within an hour. The snakes are so deadly that the Brazilian government has banned anyone from visiting the island, except for a few researchers and the Navy. The island is also the subject of many myths and legends, such as the story of the last lighthouse keeper, who was killed by snakes that invaded his house. Ilha de Queimada Island is a place where you can find the most lethal creatures on Earth, and where you have no chance of survival. That's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed these 10 most dangerous islands in the world and learned why you should never visit them. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more amazing and fascinating facts. And don't forget to leave a comment below and tell me what other topics you want me to cover next. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.